at sa kamay. Isang laba lang yan. Hello, pahinga. Hello, pride for you. ACS. Tanggaling-galing mo. Smart dishwashing paste ko. Pritong ulam na masebo. Plato ng kaldero. Tanggaling for everyday.
Ganyan pag smart ang dishwashing paste. May double tanggaling formula. Tanggal ang sebo, tanggal ang bakterya.
Pahit para walang pahit. Linis fantastic sa metal at plastic. Number one ko to. Tanggaling-galing mo. Smart dishwashing paste. ACS.
Hello, I'm Enteng Perez. I live here in Vegas and I'm a concert promoter. I could sustain this fabulous lifestyle in Vegas, not only have a fabulous job, but I have a fabulous healthy lifestyle. Number one, good diet. Number two, I have a good healthy regimen and routine. And of course, the most fabulous of them all is MX3 capsules and coffee. I love it. MX3. Dito ako believe.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
May nagbago. May arte. May budget. Kala nyo lang yon. So solid. White Rose Papaya. Wow. White Rose. White Rose Papaya. Wow. White Rose. White Rose Papaya. May glow up with White Rose Papaya. White Rose Papaya. May puti power times 2 kasi may papaya at niacinamide. May shea butter and tea tree oil pa. Kutis sulit ang glow up. White Rose Papaya. Kutis sulit ang glow up. ACS.
Tinesting, sinuri, siniyasan. Ang resulta? Super effective ang Shield sa pagpatay ng bakterya at virus. Shield Antibacterial Soap. Believe ang mga eksperto sa Philippine Nurses Association. At si Mami.
Tiwala ako sa Shield.
Shield Antibacterial Soap. Napatunayang mabisa. Ang mga nurse, tiwala.
ACS. Ang bango ng sampayan. Tara na magsayawan.
Calafabcon, amoy nakaka-joyful.
Beachman Trial at DZRH Special Coverage.
If I get impeached, then that is my end.
Alamin muna natin ngayon kung ano nga ba ang naging resulta ng direct examination kay Director Matibag ng NBI dyan sa Senado. Nandyan si RH28 Raymond at Paas Raymond. Natibag ba si Director Matibag?
Natapos na ang listayan na naipresinta ng panig ng prosecution si Atty. Melvin Matibag, ang Director ng National Bureau of Investigation, bilang isa sa kanilang mahalagang testigo doon sa pagbabanta ng Vice Presidente sa buhay ng Pangulo, First Lady at nilating House Speaker Martin Romualdez. Dito inilahad ni kung bigyan natin ng punto ay yung kahalagahan lamang ng kanyang testimonya ay lumalabas na nagkaroon ng investigasyon ang NBI sa binuo nitong Special Task Force upang investigahan yung pagbabanta sa buhay ng Presidente mula sa pamilya o hindi lamang galing kay Vice Presidente kundi pati ng buong pamilya dahil kasama dito sa mga inaipresentang ebidensya na nagugatan ng kanilang investigasyon yung pahayag ni Mayor Baste Duterte sa isang Rage Coalition Party kung saan niya tinukoy na iisa lang daw ang kanilang ulo na gusto at ito ay ang ulo ni Bongbong Marcos. At maliban dyan ay yung video naman na inulit na ipinakita din dito ay yung video ni Vice Presidente na ang binabanggit na gusto niyang tanggalan ng ulo ang Presidente sa isang news conference. Pati yung video ng sinuntok na sheriff ni VP Sara nung siya pa ay mayor ng Davao City ay ipinakita rin bilang ito umano ay patunay na ito ay may kakayahang gumawa ng karahasan. Meron din daw silang financial capability na patutuhanan yung kanilang banta at on record ay alam ng lahat maraming baril ang pamilya Duterte. Sa huli, sabi ni NBI Director Melvin Matibag, ay meron ng mga persons of interest. Itong tinutukoy na person of interest ay sila yung pwedeng makapagbigay ng linaw kung sino-sino yung mga iba pang kinausap na maaring magsagawa ng pagpaslang kung ito man ay itutuloy. Sa ngayon, ang tawag niya ay open and continuing investigation. Kaya't meron siyang hawak na mga papel kanina, pero hindi daw maaring i-disclose sa publiko dahil makokompromiso yung kanilang isinasagawang investigation at itinuturing nilang itong top secret na mga dokumento. Kailangan nilang protektahan yung kanilang informante. Ilang beses na nag-object ang panig ng depensa dahil pati ang testimonya ni Ginoong Arturo Las Cañas na isinumite sa International Criminal Court ay nabanggit din dito, pero pinayagan pa rin ng presiding officer na si Senador Chis Escudero na gamitin bilang batayan lamang ng investigation pero hindi yung nilalaman ng naturang affidavit. Sa 15-minute break ito, Estella, at balik nila ay gagawin naman yung depensa ang pagsasagawa ng cross-examination.
Curious ako, Raymond, kasi dun sa cross-examination, kung gagamitin bang excuse ang hyperbole, diba? Or figure of speech, dun sa pagkuha ng isang ulo lang, ayan, diba? Ang ninanais nila.
Ayun na nga, yun ang ating pakikinggan kung anong paano ang gagawin na pag-cross-examine dahil kanina ay sinimulan na i-demolish ng depensa yung lawak ng kaalaman ni Atty. Matibag dito sa pag-iimbestiga dahil nangyari yung sinasabing pagbabanta November 23, 2024 pa at nito lamang Pebrero siya na italaga bilang Director ng National Bureau of Investigation. Bagamat binigyang din nito na yung task force na binuo upang investigahan ang pagbabanta sa buhay ng Pangulo at kanyang iba pa ay nitong April 2026 at ongoing pa yung investigation.
Maraming salamat, Raymond Dadpaas.
Para sa VP Sara Impeachment Trial, VCRH Special Coverage, ito si RH28 Raymond Dadpaas para sa VCRH, una sa Pilipinas, una sa Pilipino.
At kamustahin naman natin ang pinakahuling kaganapan dyan sa labas ng Senado kung saan ang Duterte supporters at mga grupo ng mga manggagawa at magsasaka nagpang-abot sa rally sa labas ng Senado. I-detalye mo ang balitang yan. RH15, Giselle Ricafort. Giselle.
Miss Thea, nagpang-abot yung ilang Duterte supporters at grupo ng mga magsasaka at mga manggagawa na nagkilos protesta dito sa labas ng Senado. Ito'y matapos sigawan noong mga taga-suporta ni Vice President Sara Duterte, yung mga miyembro ng Kilusang Magbubukid ng Pilipinas, Kilusang Mayo 1, habang nagsasagawa sila ng demonstrasyon. Sumigaw kasi yung Duterte supporters na nanggugulo at nagsasayang lamang ng laway yung KMP at KMU, kaya dapat na raw silang umuwi. Nang matapos yung rally, hindi nakapagpigil si Glo Salazar ng Anak Pawis at sumigaw ng mga bastos, manang-mana kayo sa amo ninyo. Sa rally, idiniin nila na kailangan yung agarang conviction ng pangalawang Pangulo para sa accountability at maibalik yung tiwala ng taong bayan sa mga institusyon ng pamahalaan. Welcome naman sa kanila yung pag-aproba ng impeachment court sa pag-i-issue ng sabina doon sa mga bank record ni Duterte upang magkaroon anila ng linaw yung paggamit nito doon sa confidential at intelligence funds. Ayon pa doon sa kanilang intelligence fund. Ayon pa sa mga manggagawa at doon sa mga magsasaka, kailangang gumulong yung paglilitis ng walang pagkaantala at panagutin yung lahat ng sangkot anuman yung posisyon o kanilang political affiliation. Nagbabala rin sila sa publiko tungkol sa nalalapit na sona ng Pangulo. Baka raw kasi gamitin ito yung pagkaka-aresto ng iilan lamang na individual kaugnay doon sa flood control scandal bilang ebidensya ng masigasig umano na anti-corruption effort ng administrasyon. Pakinggan natin yung bahagi ng ating panayam.
Upang manawagan na padilisin itong pagkonti kay Sara Duterte dahil ilang taon na patuloy pa rin umiikot sa entablado ng Senado na hanggang ngayon hindi natin alam kung mayroon pa dito mayroon na talagang mapanagot dito. Nanawagan din tayo na hindi na dapat si Sara ang managot dito. Lahat masagot, managot, lalo na si Bongbong Marcos, lalo siya yung pumipirma sa mga ng bayan.
Si Glo Salazar ng grupong Anak Pawis nagbarikada naman kanina yung halos 200 tauhan ng NCRPO sa paligid ng Senado para tiyakin yung mapayapa at maayos na pagtitipon. Sila din yung mga umaawat doon sa dalawang grupo na nagpang-abot kanina at nagbubulyawan. Mapayapa naman na nag-disperse sa kabila niyan yung mga relihista matapos yung mahigit 30 minuto na kanilang demonstrasyon. Para sa The VP Sara Impeachment Trial, ito si Giselle Ricaport. Para sa DZRH, una sa Pilipinas.
Puntahan naman natin, Pangulong BBM, ipatatawag si Chinese Ambassador Jing Quan sa Malacanang mamayang alas 5 ng hapon. Bakit naman? I-detal mo balitang yan. RH14, Left Narciso, Alvis Left.
Isaya, kinumpirma lang Malacanang na ipinatawag ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. si Chinese Ambassador to the Philippines Jing Shen sa Malacanang. Ayon kay Palace Press Officer Claire Castro, alas 5 ngayong hapon nakatakdang magtungo sa palasyo si Shen. Hindi binanggit ng palasyo kung tungkol saan ang patawag sa Chinese Ambassador. Pero una rito ay kinundina ni Pangulong Marcos ang AI-generated video ng China Daily na naglalarawan sa mga Pilipino bilang unggoy, gayon din ang pinakahuling insidente ng pamimisikal ng tauhan ng China Coast Guard na miyembro ng Philippine Navy sa Ayungin Shoal. Ito si Left Narciso para sa DZRH, una sa Pilipinas, una sa Pilipino.
Maraming salamat, Ms. Left Narciso. Samantala, ang Vice Presidente si Sara Duterte ay nasa ibang bansa para sa kanyang overseas trip. I-detal mo balitang yan. RH7, Henry Uri. Henry!
Kaya walang ginastos kahit isang sentimo ang gobyerno. Ito ang maagang paglilinaw ng Office of the Vice President sa foreign trip ngayon ng pangalawang Pangulo. Ang pangalawang Pangulo ay nasa bansang Qatar at patungo din ng Netherlands para sa kanyang mga opisyal at personal na lakad. Batay sa statement na ito ng Office of the Vice President, ang Vice Presidente ay nakaalis na nga at ang kanyang mga itinerary ay ang kanyang pakikipagkita o pakikipagnig sa Filipino community sa Qatar para sa isang tinatawag na PhilCom event sa United Kingdom at sa Netherlands naman ay kasama na rin siyempre dito ang bisita sa kanyang ama na ngayon ay nasa Daig na si Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Pero yun nga ang paglilinaw kaya ng Office of the Vice President, itong lakad na ito ay walang ginastos maski 5 ang Office of the Vice President. May travel authority naman mula sa Palasyo ng Malacanang ang Vice Presidente mula July 16 hanggang July 31. Ayon naman sa kanyang mga tauhan sa ODP, nagpapatuloy ang lahat ng mga gawain at ang lahat ng mga aktibidad na may kaugnayan sa serbisyo publiko ng Office of the Vice President ay hindi mahihinto sapagkat ito ay pinangutos na ng Vice President na kahit wala siya ay mag-function ng kanyang opisina lalo na mga public service para sa mga nangangailangang Pilipinas. Kaya
maraming salamat, Ka Henry Uri.
Mula rito sa Senado na ngayon ay pansamantalang naka-break para sa tawag ng
kalikasan.
Hindi pa nagbabalik ang session o trial pero nakabalik na rin sa kanilang mga upuan ang depensa at saka ang mga prosecutors. Para sa Vice President DZRH Special Coverage, ako si Henry Uri para sa DZRH, una sa Pilipinas, una sa Pilipinas.
Ilan po munang paalala, maraming salamat ka Henry, ilan po munang paalala bago natin ipagpatuloy ang the impeachment trial of VP Sara Duterte at DZRH Special Coverage. Nakasama niyo po ako po si Thea Petro Carpuz.
Sa puso puso ng kalikasan, natatangi ang prutas ng mangosteen. Ito ay nagtataglay ng antioxidant compounds na alpha, beta at gamma mangosteen. Ang MX3 capsule ay isang food supplement na gawa sa natural na mangosteen. Ito ay tested and proven to help avoid knee joint pain discomfort para iwas-iwas sa sakit with long-term supplementation 2 capsules daily. MX3 capsule, tunay, natural at original.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Ang bango ng sampayan, tara na magsayawan!
Calafabton, amoy nakaka-joyful! Calafabton, amoy nakaka-joyful!
Hello, Washi! Laundry day na naman!
Yay! Anong meron?
Mancha ng chocolate, putik, may libag pa!
Kaya natin yan! With Pride Washing Machine Detergent, may triple stain-away formula. Tanggal ang makapit, madikit, at malupit na dumit mancha. Kaya easy-easy ang labada.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon!
All you need is pride. All you need is pride. ACS.
Sa lahat ng bagay, simula pa lang, siguraduhing max protection na. Kasi pag kulang ang proteksyon, baka madaling masira. Sa ngipin, dapat may max protection din. Max sa halaga ng Unique Toothpaste. With Max Protect Formula, help stop cavities before they start, while keeping breath fresh. Try Unique Maximum Fluoride Protection. Para max alaga, max protektado.
ACS. Ang bango ng sampayan, tara na magsayawan!
Calafabton, amoy nakaka-joyful!
I'm Jovi Kalmov. Currently, I am the Vice President for NAFA, which stands for the National Federation of Filipino-American Association for the state of Arizona. In order for me to perform very well, I really make sure that my physical and spiritual wellness is really in order. And of course, the help of MX3 capsule. This is the secret. MX3, dito ako believe.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Ang bango ng sampayan, tara na magsayawan!
Calafabton, amoy nakaka-joyful!
Ang bango ng sampayan, tara na magsayawan!
Calafabton, amoy nakaka-joyful!
Ang bango ng sampayan, tara na magsayawan!
Calafabton, amoy nakaka-joyful!
Ang bango ng sampayan, tara na magsayawan!
Calafabton, amoy nakaka-joyful!
Wow, ang saya. Isang barangay na labada, puro mancha pa. Goodbye, pahinga.
Mommy, isang laba lang yan sa Pride Bar Blue. May powerful stain-away enzymes na malupit sa dumit mancha.
At di masakit sa kamay.
Isang laba lang yan!
Hello, pahinga.
Hello, Pride Bar Blue! ACS.
Maulan man, no worries na amoy kulubang damit.
Charm, Babcon. Kaya gamit ko Charm Fabcon with Bloom Fresh technology. Kills 99.9% of kulob-causing bacteria. May aroma burst pa of thousands of flowers and berries. Ang sampay sa loob, no amoy kulob. Kumakablog sa Charm! Charm Fabcon. ACS.
Tanggaling-galing mo Smart dishwashing paste ko Pritong ulam na masebo Lalo ang kaldero Tanggaling for everyday.
Ganyan pag smart ang dishwashing paste. May double tanggaling formula. Tanggal ang sebo, tanggal ang bakterya.
Pahit para walang bahid Linis fantastic sa metal at plastic Number one ko to Tanggaling-galing mo Smart dishwashing paste. ACS.
Tinesting, sinuri, siniyasan. Ang resulta? Super effective ang Shield sa pagpatay ng bakterya at virus. Shield Antibacterial Soap. Believe ang mga eksperto sa Philippine Nurses Association. At si Mami.
Tiwala ako sa Shield.
Shield Antibacterial Soap. Napatunayang mabisa. Ang mga nurse, tiwala.
ACS.
May nagbago. May arte. May budget. Akala nyo lang yon. So solid. White Rose Papaya. Wow, White Rose. White Rose Papaya. Wow, White Rose. White Rose Papaya. May glow up with White Rose Papaya.
White Rose Papaya. May puti power times 2 kasi may papaya at niacinamide. May shea butter and tea tree oil pa. Kutis sulit ang glow up.
White Rose Papaya.
White Rose Papaya. Kutis sulit ang glow up.
ACS.
Fabcon, amoy nakaka-joyful!
I'm Danvic Briones. I'm a visual artist and a cook, and this is my MX3 story.
How does MX3 help you when it comes to your health?
Canada made me slow down. What that does, lalo na with MX3, it enhances that because it's organic. So it helps you sustain that healthy lifestyle na hopefully will still be standing and being active in the next 30, 40, 50 years. MX3, dito ako believe.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Ang bango ng sampayan, tara na magsayawan!
Kala Fabcon, amoy nakaka-joyful!
Wow, ang saya. Isang barangay na labada, puro mancha pa. Goodbye, pahinga.
Mommy, isang laba lang yan sa Pride Bar Blue. May powerful stain-away enzymes na malupit sa dungit mancha.
At di masakit sa kamay.
Isang laba lang yan.
Hello, pahinga.
Hello, Pride Bar Blue. ACS.
Hello, Washi! Laundry day na naman!
Yay! Anong meron?
Mancha ng chocolate, putik, may libag pa!
Kaya natin yan! With Pride Washing Machine Detergent, may triple stain-away formula. Tanggal ang makapit, madikit, at malupit na dumit mancha. Kaya easy-easy ang labada.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon!
All you need is pride. All you need is pride. ACS.
Sa lahat ng bagay, simula pa lang, siguraduhing max protection na. Kasi pag kulang ang proteksyon, baka madaling masira. Sa ngipin, dapat may max protection din. Max sa halaga ng unique toothpaste. With Max Protect formula, helps stop cavities before they start, while keeping breath fresh. Try unique Maximum Fluoride Protection. Para max alaga, max protektado.
ACS.
Sa puso ng kalikasan, natatangi ang prutas ng mangosteen. Ito ay nagtataglay ng antioxidant compounds na alpha, beta at gamma mangosteen. Ang MX3 capsule ay isang food supplement na gawa sa natural na mangosteen. Ito ay tested and proven to help avoid knee joint pain discomfort para iwas-iwas sa sakit with long-term supplementation through capsules daily. MX3 capsule, tunay, natural at original.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
La la la
Sabton, amoy nakaka-joyful!
I am Rexeline Ann Cabaltero Reyes. I am a practicing health professional here in Ontario, Canada.
Let's go to MX3. Paano siya nakatulong?
When I tried MX3, aba! My body loves MX3. Magiging mommy ka na after ng shift mo. So I really need that push and help from MX3 capsule, which makes me a better me. MX3, dito ako bilib.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Ang bango ng sampayan, tara na magsayawan.
Sabton, amoy nakaka-joyful!
Special coverage.
If I get impeached, then that is my end.
Puntahan muna natin ang mga ulo ng mga nagbabagang balita. NBI Director Melvin Matibag sumalang bilang huling testigo sa Article 4 ng impeachment o grave threats laban kay VP Sara Duterte. Pangulong BBM ay plano talagang ipapatay at hindi lamang pagbabanta, ayon yan mismo kay NBI Director Melvin Matibag. Rally ng Duterte supporters at militanteng grupo sa labas ng Senado, nagkatensyon, dalawang grupo nagkaasaran, nagsigawan. Malacanang kinundena ang marahas na ginawa ng China Coast Guard sa Ayungin Shoal. Hindi tayo pasisiil, ayon naman kay Yusek Castro. Chinese Ambassador Jing Shen ipinatawag ni Pangulong BBM sa Malacanang ngayong hapon. Estados Unidos kinondena ang tinawag nitong dangerous actions ng China sa West Philippine Sea. ASEAN na bahala sa krisis sa Middle East, nanawagan sa US at Iran na itigil ang kaguluhan. PNP nakatodo preparado na sa seguridad sa ika-5 sona ni Pangulong BBM sa Lunes, Hulyo 27. Dating Congressman Joey Salceda itinalaga ni Pangulong BBM bilang hepe ng Presidential Legislative Liaison Office at 85 pesos na taas sweldo ng mga manggagawa sa Metro Manila, tiniyak ng Malacanang na tuloy. Alamin naman natin ang pinakahuling pangyayari sa labas ng Senado. Magkapatid na Cayetano pinanggigilan. KMU kinondena ang umunay dirty at delaying tactics sa impeachment. Idetalye mo balitang yan, RH15, Giselle Ricafort. Giselle!
Ms. Thea, iginiit ng Kilusang Mayo 1 na may nangyayaring dirty at delaying tactics sa pagulo ngayon ng impeachment trial kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Hindi na itago ni KMU Chairperson Jerome Adonis yung gigil at kanyang inis sa magkapatid na Senator Alan Peter Cayetano at Pia Cayetano na puro anya side comment at manifestation. Halatang halata umano na taktika ito ng mga DDS na senador para maantala o tumagal ang proseso ng paglilitis. Umapila si Adonis sa mga senator judge na pagtuunan ng pansin yung paghimay sa matitibay na ebidensya na magko-convict sa pangalawang pangulo. Kung magpapatuloy niya yung ganitong siste doon sa impeachment court, uusigin din nagdagbabantay at naiinip na taong bayan yung mga senadora. Pakinggan natin si Adonis.
Yung mga side comment, lalo na yung mga pro-DDS na mga senator, lalong-lalo na ito si Cayetano, nakakagigil to magkapatid na to. Puro delaying tactic, sarap lamukusin ng pagmumukha nitong dalawang to. Obvious na ayaw nilang pag-usapan, mainly yung content at yung ebidensya. Kaya ang tingin natin, nasalang pero sobra kaming naiinip. Kasi parang hindi natin matanaw kailan dudulo. Napakatitibay ng ebidensya, no? Pero mabagal yung usad para maipresenta agad sa taong bayan at sa mga senator dyan.
Yes, Giselle?
Tahimik na dito sa labas ng Senado pero nananatili pa rin yung ilang taga-suporta ng Vice President Sara Duterte. Samantala sa lagay ng panahon, nagsimula ng bumuhos ang ulan dito sa lugar ngayon. Para sa The VP Sara impeachment trial, ito si Giselle Ricafort para sa DZRH1 sa Pilipinas, una sa Pilipino.
Maraming salamat Giselle Ricafort. Ilan po munang paalala mula sa ating mga kaibigan Pilipinas. Ang oras alas 4:34 ng hapon.
Fabcon, amoy nakaka-joyful. Fabcon, amoy nakaka-joyful.
Ang bango ng sampayan, tara na magsayaw.
Fabcon, amoy nakaka-joyful. Fabcon, amoy nakaka-joyful.
Hello, Washi! Laundry day na naman!
Yay! Anong meron?
Mancha ng chocolate, putik, may libag pa.
Kaya natin yan! With Pride Washing Machine Detergent, may triple stain-away formula. Tanggal ang makapit, madikit, at malupit na dumit-mancha. Kaya easy-easy ang labada.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon.
All you need is pride. All you need is pride. ACS.
Maulan man, no worries na amoy kulog ang damit.
Charm Fabcon. Bangong kumakabloom. Tanggal amoy kulog sa bango ng charm.
Kaya gamit ko Charm Fabcon with Bloom Fresh technology. Kills 99.9% of kulob-causing bacteria. May aroma burst pa of thousands of flowers and berries. Ang sampay sa loob, no amoy kulob.
Bangong kumakabloom sa charm.
Charm Fabcon.
ACS.
Wow, ang saya. Isang barangay na labada, puro mancha pa. Goodbye, pahinga.
Mommy, isang laba lang yan sa Pride Bar Blue. May powerful stain-away enzymes na malupit sa dumit mancha.
At di masakit sa kamay.
Isang laba lang yan.
Hello, pahinga.
Hello, Pride Bar Blue. ACS.
Tanggaling-galing mo. Smart dishwashing paste ko. Pritong ulam na masebo. Plato ng kaldero. Tanggaling for everyday.
Ganyan pag smart ang dishwashing paste. May double tanggaling formula. Tanggal ang sebo, tanggal ang bakterya.
Pahit para walang pahit. Linis fantastic sa metal at plastic. Number one ko to.
Tanggaling-galing mo.
Smart dishwashing paste. ACS.
Tinesting, sinuri, siniyasan. Ang resulta? Super effective ang Shield sa pagpatay ng bakterya at virus. Shield Antibacterial Soap. Believe ang mga eksperto sa Philippine Nurses Association. At si Mami.
Tiwala ako sa Shield.
Shield Antibacterial Soap. Napatunayang mabisa. Ang mga nurse, tiwala.
ACS.
May arte? May budget? Kala nyo lang yon.
So solid. White Rose Papaya. Wow, White Rose. White Rose Papaya. Wow, White Rose. White Rose Papaya.
May glow up with White Rose Papaya. White Rose Papaya. May puti power times 2 kasi may papaya at niacinamide. May shea butter and tea tree oil pa. Kutis sulit ang glow up.
Glow up with White Rose Papaya.
Rose Papaya. Kutis sulit ang glow up.
ACS. Ang bango ng sampayan. Tara na magsayawan.
Calefabcon. Amoy nakaka-joyful.
Hi, my name is Mayor Francis Israel Macobenta. I'm from San Diego. I'm an advanced clinician in neuro and spine surgery. As an advanced clinician, you have to make sure that you coordinate everything. Our goal is to have an optimal surgery outcome for the patient. Having MX3 in my life, taking it, knowing that this is in my body, it gives me a lot of confidence. MX3, dito ako believe.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Calefabcon. Amoy nakaka-joyful.
Ang bango ng sampayan. Tara na magsayawan.
Calefabcon. Amoy nakaka-joyful.
Tips kung ano ang mga hindi dapat sabihin tuwing dinidisiplina ang anak, alamin.
This portion is brought to you by ACS Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified, maker of world-class quality Pride detergent.
Ayon sa smartparenting.com, may ilang mga salita o linyahang hindi dapat ginagamit tuwing pinagsasabihan ng iyong anak. Una rito ay ang linyang, "Huwag kang umiyak," dahil ang pagkilala sa nararamdamang sama ng loob ng isang bata ay nakatutulong daw upang bumuti muli ang kanyang pakiramdam. Maliban pa rito, iwasan ding sabihin sa iyong anak ang umayos ka o tama na. Bukod pa riyan ay ang madalas sabihin ng isang nanay na, sige ka, iwan kita dito. Dahil ito raw ay maaaring maging dahilan upang mawala ng tiwala sa iyo ang iyong anak. Panghuli ay ang pagbibigay ng pangakong pagbihave ka, bibili tayo ng laruan dahil isa lamang daw itong paraan na baka lumaking spoiled ang isang bata.
This portion is brought to you by ACS Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified, maker of world-class quality Pride detergent.
Dole muling tiniyak na tuloy ang pagpapatupad ng 85 pesos na dagdag sahod sa National Capital Region. Idetalye mo balita, RH9 Manila Girl, Tina Nolasco. Tina?
Ms. Thea, nilinaw nga ni DOLE Secretary Francis Tolentino na walang delay o pagkaantala sa implementasyon ng 85 pesos na aumento sa sahod ng mga minimum wage workers sa National Capital Region o NCR. Sa inilabas na pahayag ng ganihim ngayong Martes, tiniyak nitong epektibo na simula sa Sabado, July 25, 2026 ang unang bahagi ng wage increase na 60 pesos habang sa January 20, 2027 naman ang karagdagang 25 pesos. Paliwanag ni Tolentino, nagkaroon lamang ng bahagyang pagbabago sa araw ng paglalathala nito sa pahayagan. Dulot na rin ng masamang panahon na naranasan sa simula ng buwan. Dagdag pa nito dahil opisyal na na-publish ang wage order noong July 9, magiging epektibo ito pagkalipas ng 15 araw tulad ng itinatakda ng batas. Ito si RH9 Tina Nolasco para sa Leader H. Yes,
kumusta ang
Mayor?
Manila? Malakas ba ang ulan dyan?
Sa ngayon, Mayor, makulimlim, bahagyang may pag-ambon, pero hindi pa naman ganoon kalakas yung nararanasang pag-ambon.
Okay. Maraming salamat, Tina Nolasco.
Back to you, Mayor.
Ang paglilitis. VP Sara Duterte Impeachment Trial at DZRH Special Coverage.
Samantala, AFP
impeached, then that
AFP hinamon naman ang China na maglabas ng hindi splice na video ng bagong Ayungin incident. Alamin natin ang detalye mula kay Aris number 52. Edniel Parosa, please come in. Edniel.
Nakainindigan ng Armed Forces of the Philippines na sinadya ng China Coast Guard ang lumapit sa PRP Sierra Madre upang iprovoke ang mga Pilipino sa Ayungin Shoal. Ayon kay AFP spokesman for the West Philippine Sea, Rear Admiral Roy Vincent Trinidad o Retired Admiral Roy Vincent Trinidad, napahiya at nabugbog kasi ang China sa information space. Buhat ng 10th anniversary na Arbitral Award at kontrobersiya sa Batanes claim at kanilang monkey video. Humanitarian sa China, ilabas ang hindi spliced na video ng bagong enkwentro. Sabi niya, kung ipapakita lamang daw ng China ang full context na naturang video, ito ay magiging self-incriminating. Pakinggan natin ang opisyal.
Na ipapakita naman doon sila ay lumapit. So yung action ng ating mga rubber boats was merely to drive them away. And it was non-confrontational, it was defensive in nature, it was within the rules of engagements. Sila ang nag-provoke, sila ang lumapit. So what they are showing is a spliced or incomplete version of the video. If they show the full context of the video that they took, it will be incriminated against them. It will be self-incriminating.
Isa sa mga Pinoy ang nagtamo ng open wound sa ulo makarang paluin ng bato ng Chinese, habang isa naman ang nasaktan sa braso. Ako si Edniel Parroso, DZRH. Una sa Pilipinas, una sa Pilipino.
Maraming salamat, Edniel, at balikan natin ang impeachment trial. Isasagawa naman ang cross-examination kay NBI Director Melvin Matibag. Raymond Dadpas. Raymond.
Megit 20 minutos, yung dapat ay 15 minutos lang na break. Medyo humaba itong break nila ngayong hapon at sa kanilang pagbalik ay ipagpatuloy na itong day 8 ng impeachment trial at ang magsasagawa ng cross-examination kay Attorney Melvin Matibag ay si Attorney Mark Vinluat. Pakinggan natin ang mga kaganapan sa pagpapatuloy ng impeachment trial.
Of what happened in his agency prior to his assumption in February of 2026. Witness may answer if he knows.
Please repeat the question.
So more or less around 10 subpoenas were issued, correct? If you know.
Well, I cannot count, but I know that their personality is subpoena.
Okay, very well. Now, these people were asked to appear before the NBI, correct?
Yes, that is the very purpose of the subpoena.
Okay. Now, these appearances were on various dates in November and December of 2024, correct? If you know.
I cannot recall exactly.
Now, if you know also, some appeared while some did not.
Yes, I was informed during the briefing.
All right. Now, for those who appeared, the NBI conducted interviews with them.
Yes.
All right. And minutes of these interviews were recorded, correct?
That is the standard procedure. Okay. So I suppose during that time it was recorded.
SOP. All right. So after the interviews, the interviewers were also NBI agents, executed affidavits. Is that also a part of the SOP?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And the affidavits attested that interviews were conducted, correct?
Yes, it will be signed by the investigating officers and eventually signed by a superior officer.
Okay, very clear so far. Now my question to you is this. Did you actually participate in these stages of the investigation?
That is very impossible because I'm not yet a director at that time.
Okay, that's okay. Are you aware that a subpoena was issued to VP Sara?
Yes, I was informed.
Did you sign that subpoena?
I was not there. I cannot sign it.
Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to Dempsey Reyes of the Philippine Daily Inquirer?
I know that there are personalities of subpoena who were present during the press conference on the November 23, but I cannot recall who are the personalities because I just went through to the affidavit of investigation.
Did you sign that subpoena for Dempsey Reyes?
That's impossible because I'm not there.
That's okay. Now, are you aware also that a subpoena was issued to Red Mendoza of Manila Times? We can confront you with a hard copy if you just want to refer to it, but you can answer also. At any rate, we are showing the soft copies, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may I
for the benefit of this honorable court.
Assisting counsel may approach the witness. What is the pleasure of the lead prosecutor?
Your Honor, may just enter into the record that the witness already testified that he has no personal knowledge about the first investigation, and all his testimonies will be based only on the records existing in the NBI.
At any rate, Your Honor.
If he knows, witness will answer.
Your Honor, may we request also that those flashed in the big screen be explained by the defense counsel?
I already explained, Your Honor. We're confronting the witness with hard copies, and the subpoenas, the soft copies thereof are displayed.
May we know, Your Honor, if these documents are pre-marked?
Well, it is part, Your Honor, of Articles of Impeachment, Annex G9, pages 159 onwards. So it is part of the records of this case. These
May
are
we
not
know
our
if
documents.
they are pre-marked?
Yes, we can mark it. And it was also pre-marked.
It is
But at any
pre-marked?
rate, Your Honor, these are not our documents. These are NBI documents, Your Honor.
No, the query is just if it's pre-marked, so that the senator judges can refer to it, if at all, when they
The marking, sorry, Your Honor, the marking is D-1-145, Your Honor.
Which document, counsel? Because I see 8 documents.
In succession, Your Honor.
In
Those
succession.
Those are all parts.
Counsel may proceed.
All right. Now,
Your Honor, may I be clarified only about the XX, which are superimposed on those documents on the screen?
Counsel for respondent will please reply.
Your Honor, it was based on the witness's own answer that he did not personally sign.
Nonetheless, it does not reflect the exact document referred to by the defense, Your Honor. And that should not be allowed, Your Honor, with all due respect.
It is just to illustrate, Your Honor, for the benefit of the senator judges, and as well as the public watching, so that they can also follow the
Lead prosecutor, we will allow it. So for the information of senator judges, the counsel for the respondent confronted the witness with respect to these affidavits that were part of the investigation conducted prior to his assumption as NBI director. And the witness simply stated that he has no personal knowledge with respect to the execution, or due execution rather, of these 2 affidavits thus far out of, I presume, 10.
May I comment, Your Honor?
The lead prosecutor may register her comment.
May I know what is wrong with just presenting the exact document instead of those which are marked with XX? Your Honor, I'm afraid it will give a wrong impression to the viewing public that those XX has something to do with inability, perhaps, or whatever impression it may give to the witness with respect to the to attending to the subpoena, Your Honor. May we just remove those XX? We don't mind if they flash the documents, but it should be an exact reflection of what the document is.
Short rejoinder, Your Honor.
No need for a rejoinder. Court has ruled, and the court notes the observation, manifestation, and objection of the lead prosecutor. Again, I think it's quite plain that these are documents that the witness cannot or does not have personal knowledge about because he was not yet the NBI director. Counsel may proceed. Witness may answer.
All right, I'll move on. Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to Red Mendoza of Manila Times?
I'm aware that there is a subpoena, but on the actual issuance of the subpoena at that time, that will be impossible to be aware of because I'm no longer I'm not yet the NBI director.
So in short, he did not sign it?
I did not sign it. I think it was signed by Glenn Ricarte.
All right, that's enough. Okay. Now, are you aware also that the subpoena was issued to Bons Magsambol of Rappler?
Based on the affidavit of investigation, I think it was mentioned.
And did you sign that subpoena?
It is again signed by a certain Glenn Ricarte.
Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to Ana Rosario Malindog Uy, also of Manila Times?
Again, based on the investigation report.
And did you sign that subpoena?
No.
All right. Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to Jason Rubrico of SMNI?
Again, based on the investigation report.
Did you sign that subpoena?
Your Honor, may I respectfully interrupt?
Lead prosecutor is recognized.
The prosecution is willing to stipulate as to the issuance of this subpoena by the National Bureau of Investigation during the time that the witness is not yet appointed as the NBI director, Your Honor.
But that's not my question, Your Honor. Anyway, Your Honor.
Unless you're willing to stipulate, counsel, to abbreviate the proceedings, that insofar as the questions of the counsel for respondent is concerned, that for the remaining 4 subpoenas, that the same answer of the witness for the previous 6 ones will be the same.
We are willing to stipulate on that, Your Honor.
We are not willing to stipulate, Your Honor. We'll just ask for a ruling from the court.
In that case, witness may proceed. A witness may answer. Counsel will please proceed.
All right. Are you aware that the subpoena was issued again to Jason Rubrico of SNM9?
Same answer, Your Honor.
Okay, same answer. And you did not sign that subpoena for Jason?
I said same answer,
right.
Your Honor.
Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to Michael Flores of Reuters?
Same answer, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may we ask, Your Honor, that the lawyer of the prosecution do not supply anything or make any comment near the witness because it may affect this.
Is he the assisting counsel may not supply any information to the witness other than merely observing the document being shown to him by assistant for respondent.
Mr. Presiding Officer, may I speak?
Yes, Director.
The council is not telling anything, but may I request not to cover me so that the people can see me.
Granted by the presiding
Thank
officer.
you, Your Honor.
Assisting counsel, kindly sit beside the assisting counsel for stand rather beside the assisting counsel for the respondent. You may proceed, counsel,
All right.
for the respondent.
Are you aware that a subpoena was issued to Mikhail Flores of Reuters?
Same answer, Your
Same
Honor.
answer. You did not sign it. Okay. Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to Trixie Cruz Angeles?
Same answer.
And you did not sign it. Okay. Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to 2 OVP personnel? And did you sign the subpoenas?
Same answer.
All right. So not a single one. Now, my next question to you is this. Did you oversee any interview that was conducted in the fact-finding investigation?
Your Honor, the question is vague.
If the witness is a lawyer and is competent to
Your
answer,
Honor,
if he knows, Your Honor.
Your Honor, during the direct, it was established that there were 2 investigations. The first investigation and the current investigation of the STF.
Then,
the defense need to specify which investigation is he referring to.
The affidavit.
Counsel will please clarify.
Okay. Did you oversee an interview that was conducted in the investigation that was covered by the affidavit of investigation?
As mentioned in my testimony, I was appointed only on February 20, 2026, and it's very unlikely to be part of the investigation prior to that.
Okay. So, are you aware that there were at least 4 interviews that were conducted?
Your Honor, asked and answered.
That is a different question, Your Honor.
Nonetheless.
Witness may answer.
I'm not aware because I'm not yet there.
Okay, so are you aware, let me be more specific, are you aware that an interview of Dempsey Reyes of PDI was conducted?
I'm not aware of that, but as reflected in the investigation report, it was there.
So in other words, you did not oversee that interview?
Yes, definitely.
All right. Are you aware that there was an interview of Fred Mendoza of Manila Times?
Same answer, Your Honor.
Same answer. Are you aware that there was an interview of Bons Magsambol of Rappler?
Same answer.
Same answer. So you did not oversee that interview. And are you aware that there was an interview of Jason Rubrico? Did you oversee this interview?
Again, same answer.
Same answer. Okay. Did you see them sign any minutes of the meeting?
No.
No. Did you meet any one of these interviewees? Before or after? Before or after?
Who among the
interviewees that I mentioned? No. Did you meet any one of their lawyers?
No.
No. All right. Now, were you even present at the NBI Cybercrime Division office at the time of these interviews?
That is impossible.
All right. After the interviews, affidavits attesting to the interviews were executed, as you mentioned. Did you oversee the drafting of these affidavits by the NBI agents?
Again, very unlikely. I was not present.
All right.
Your Honor, if I may interrupt, may I just enter a
Lead prosecutor may make a manifestation and or a continuing objection, as I presume she will.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm entering a continuing objection to the line of questions of the defense on the ground, as stated by the witness, he has no personal knowledge about the investigation conducted prior to his appointment in February 2026, Your Honor.
Just
that
a
is for
short
the
rejoinder,
record.
The continuing objection is noted. Counsel for the respondent may proceed.
No need for that rejoinder. But were you present when the NBI agents subscribed and sworn to their affidavits?
I was not there.
You were not there. Still nothing. So, and since you did not actually participate, it means that you do not have personal knowledge of these stages of the investigation, correct?
During that time, yes. But as I mentioned earlier, I read the investigation report.
So your knowledge of the investigation was based on only of your reading?
That is absolutely correct.
All right.
And upon the discussion of the investigating officers.
Okay, very well. Now, were you present at the November 23, 2024 press con?
I was not present.
You were not
I was
present.
not participating on that.
And if you know, was any NBI agent present at the November 23, 2024 press con?
Not that I know of.
None. All right. So in layman's terms, for the benefit of this honorable court and the Filipino people watching, and I'll phrase my question in Tagalog. So sa kabila po ng pagtestigo po ninyo ngayong araw, inaamin nyo ba na wala kayong personal na kaalaman sa nangyaring investigation starting November 23, 2024?
Malinaw naman po yun. At ang korte po ay can take judicial notice of the fact na hindi pa po ako NBI director ng panahon na yun.
So you're confirming that you do not have personal knowledge because you were only appointed as NBA director a year later or on February 20,
Your Honor, ask and
2026,
answer
correct?
question.
No, I haven't even asked that question, Your Honor.
Kindly let counsel finish.
So again, I will repeat. So the reason for this is that because you became NBI director only a year later or on February 20, 2026, correct?
Tama po.
All right. Okay. So prior to February 20, 2026, you do not have any personal knowledge of any investigation, correct?
Nababasa ko lang po sa balita mga pangyayari.
Which is not personal knowledge, correct?
Well, yun lang po yung knowledge natin.
You're a lawyer, correct?
Tama po, 29 years.
29 years. Can you recall Rule 130, Section 22 of the Rules of Evidence?
Can you refresh me, sir?
Okay, I will
you have a
gladly
copy.
refresh you, of course. I have here a copy of Rule 130, Section 22 of the Rules of Evidence, and I'll read it. Please read with me, Director Matibag. Testimony confined to personal knowledge. A witness can testify only to those facts which he or she knows of his or her personal knowledge, that is, which are derived from his or her own perception. Can you recall that rule now?
Ayan po, nababasa ko po ngayon.
Okay, you
Tama
can
po.
read it. All right, so based on this rule, will you agree with me that a witness can only testify based on his personal knowledge?
Your Honor, may I comment to that?
These are basic questions, Your Honor. The witness is a lawyer. He is competent enough to answer.
Counsel, are you making an objection?
This is a comment, Your Honor. The witness repeatedly testified that he was appointed only in February 2026 and that all his testimonies pertaining to the first investigation are based on records, Your Honor. And this is allowed. As a matter of fact, under the rules, entries in official records are considered as prima facie evidence of the contents thereof. And thus, it's exactly the basis of the witness in answering the question of the defense. All his knowledge pertaining to the first investigation are based on records.
Short rejoinder, Your Honor.
No need, counsel. Distinguished lead prosecutor, the counsel for respondent did not object to the line of questioning of the lead prosecutor earlier, based exactly on the ground cited by the lead prosecutor. The presiding officer will give sufficient leeway to the counsel for respondent to establish his point. I think you also see what he is trying to establish. That's why he made a continuing objection in relation to it. I'll give you some leeway, counsel, but go to your next topic as soon as you're done with this.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, again, based on this rule, a witness can only testify based on his personal knowledge, correct?
Tama po, pero meron pong mga exceptions sa rule.
All right, okay. If not based on personal knowledge, then that is hearsay, correct?
But it's not an absolute rule po dahil may exceptions nga po.
Okay, now, I'm trying to look for the Filipino term for hearsay. Ano ba yung hearsay sa Tagalog? Sabi-sabi or chismis? Is that a fair translation? What is a fair translation to you of hearsay?
Your Honor, the question of the defense is misleading. He never testified that that is hearsay.
No, I'm not
As a
asking
matter
him.
of fact, he's trying to raise the exception to hearsay.
I'm not asking about the exceptions of hearsay. I'm asking a translation of hearsay.
May we know-
Anyway, I'll move on to...
If the witness knows, if he does not know, he may say so.
Hindi ko po alam kung anong translation dito sa Tagalog.
Okay, so I'll just use my own translation, chismis. Anyway, at any rate, kung wala kang personal knowledge, chismis lang yon, tama?
Hindi ko naman po naririnig sa korte. Ako'y nag-practice din, kahit di translate sa Tagalog. Kahit minsan ko po, hindi ko po narinig ng hearsay ginamit ang salitang chismis.
Alright, I'll move on. Now, the main material that the NBI used in its investigation was the video of the November 23, 2024 press con, correct?
Tama po.
Did you watch that whole video yourself?
Napanood ko po.
The whole video?
Well, yung pong importanteng bagay dyan ang aking tinutukan pero napanood ko po.
Alright. Now let me ask you, do you confirm that in that virtual press con, VP Sara spoke about a lot of topics.
Tama po.
Alright, I'll show you a portion of that video, and then I'll ask questions thereafter. Now, Your Honor, we beg the indulgence of this honorable court. Again, this video is a little lengthy, but we will only show one video, Your Honor.
Counsel may proceed.
At nakain ninyo, buffet, dyan, ito, sa House of Representatives, alak, at ng mamahaling wine. Yan. Yung taong bayan na prinamisan ninyo, 20 pesos rice. Yung taong bayan na hindi ninyo pinupuntahan sa mga komunidad nila, ano sabi nila? Ganyan ang bayan natin. Okay na lang kami sa asin. Saan pa nakahanap? Bayan na ang tao, because of their hopelessness, because there is no functioning corporate, okay na lang sa asin. Lang abogado si Atty. Lopez eh. Kasi alam niya kung ano sasabihin niya doon sa mga
Your Honor, it appears that we're having technical difficulties. Can we just replay that part, Your Honor?
Yung cellphone.
Your Honor, may I make a manifestation first?
Can the tech kindly pause and rewind a bit with respect to the portion? Just a bit.
Your Honor, this is part of the question, Your Honor. Can we ask that the manifestation be made after the playing of this video and the asking of the appropriate question?
Your Honor, the manifestation concerns the very video that they are presenting.
We're already playing it, lead counsel. We will recognize you after the video is played. Kindly proceed with the playing of the video.
Walang cellphone. Saan ka nakahanap? Papasok ka, nanakawin mo yung cellphone, dadalhin mo pa yung tao. Diba? Princess, you're raising your hand.
Hello? Naririnig po ba ako, Princess Maui?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Good morning po, Madam Vice President. Thank you so much nga po pala sa dala niyong hopya nung hearing na pumunta kayo for PRRD. Kami yung nasa likod niyo po, yung tinawag nilang bastos kasi pumalakpak kami because of Congresswoman Cardema. Thank you, ma'am. Nakakain kami. Ako po ay natatakot kumain ng pagkain doon baka mamaya. Ma'am, mag-iingat po kayo. Nasa teritoryo kayo ng kalaban.
Okay lang po kami ma'am, kasi sila naman sila talaga yung bastos eh. You Romales. No joke. No joke. Nagbilin na ako, ma'am. Pag namatay ako, sabi ko, huwag ka tumigil hanggang hindi na magpatay sila. And then he said yes. So, alam mo, ma'am, yan ang lagi kong sinasabi sa mga kabayan lang.
Thank you.
Ang laban, wala dyan sa EDSA, ma'am. Wala dyan sa mga highway. Ang laban, ma'am, nandun sa loob ng palasyo. Yan ang problema. We appreciate yung expression ninyo ng disgust, ng pagkamuhi, ng hopelessness, kasi it reflects kung ano yung nararamdaman ng marami, milyon. Alam ko yan, ma'am, kasi kahit saan ako pumunta, ako ang binoto namin yan dahil sinabi mo, iboto namin. So, yes, ma'am. Maraming salamat sa ginagawa ninyo. Dahil sa ginagawa ninyo, I'm sure nakikita yan ng taong bayan. Ina-appreciate nila yan. Marami sa ating mga kababayan ang gusto sumali sa inyo. Pero sa sobrang hirap ng buhay ngayon, hindi nila maiwanan yung mga trabaho nila at hanap buhay nila para pumunta sa daan. Bakit sila naghihirap? Bakit? Dahil sa gobyerno. Hindi ba dapat yung gobyerno natin na nagpapagaan ng buhay ng tao? Bakit ang gobyerno natin ang nagpapahirap lalo sa tao? Kasi gusto ba nila lagi na lang mahirap ang mga tao para madali mapasunod? May mga lugar kami sa Mindanao na ganyan ang mga politiko. Gusto nila mahirap lahat. Ibahugan lang nila ang kwarta. Governor na sila, mayor na sila, congressman na sila. Hanapin niyo, ma'am, yung mga lugar na sobrang hirap sa Mindanao. Tingnan niyo anong gawain ng politiko. Pinapakain lang ng pera ng tao. Binabastos yung kanilang pagkatao. Dahil wala silang pakialam.
Alright. For the benefit of this court, that is timestamp 1-12, 1:12:43 onwards of the video recording with accompanying transcript.
With the
This is
permission of the counsel for respondent, the lead prosecutor is recognized for her manifestation.
Your Honor, I wish to manifest that the video which was played is unmarked and spliced video, Your Honor. That is for the record.
The counsel for respondent just mentioned the timestamp and the marking as well. Counsel for the respondent may proceed.
All right. Now, Director Matibag, these are my questions about the statements of VP Sara in that video. Do you have personal knowledge of the theft incident involving Attorney Lopez's cell phone?
Wala po.
Wala. Do you have personal knowledge on the buffet in the House of Representatives?
Wala po.
Wala. Do you have personal knowledge on the communities na asin lang ang kinakain?
Wala po.
Alright. Do you have personal knowledge on the person whom VP Sara talked to regarding BBM, FL, and the former speaker?
Wala po dahil
Wala.
siya nakipag-usap.
Alright. Okay. Thank you for that. So, now, you mentioned that you watched the whole video. My question to you is, did the NBI conduct any separate investigation regarding the various acts of corruption alleged acts of corruption of BBM, FL, the former speaker, and the congressman as mentioned by VP Sara?
Marami pong iniulat sa akin na mag-investigasyon, subalit hindi naman po kasi binanggit doon sa video sino ang mga particular na kailangang imbestigahan. Kaya naman po yung investigasyon na ginagawa ngayon ng NBI, maaaring tumutukoy na po sa mga taong binabanggit po.
Right, but as NBI director now, you have the authority to investigate alleged cases of corruption, correct?
Tama po yun.
Right. In fact, you came out in the news recently stating that you will investigate the 2019 SEA Games, correct?
Tama po.
All right. And the 2019 SEA Games came prior to this 2024 press con, correct?
Tama po.
Okay. Do you intend, my next question is this, do you also intend to investigate the alleged corruption involving the unaudited confidential funds of the OP, Office of the President, also mentioned by VP Sara?
Kung meron po mga ebidensyang ilalatag sa amin para amin pong sundan, hindi po magdadalawang isip ang NBI sapagkat ito po ang mandato ng NBI.
All right, thank you for
mag-imbestiga ng mga krimen po amin pong nakikita.
All right, thank you for that answer. Now, do you also intend to investigate the alleged corruption involving the former speaker going around the country and giving government funds to people, also mentioned by VP Sara in that video?
Your Honor, may I comment, Your Honor?
What is the comment of the lead prosecutor?
We are objecting to that question, Your Honor, as the same is misleading.
Your Honor, if he knows, he said he watched the whole video, he listened to the statements. There was a statement there.
Witness may answer, if he knows.
Well, kung meron po mga ebidensyang pumapasok tulad ng lahat ng aming ginagawa, we are driven by evidence and the process and the law na dapat pong sundin.
All right. Now, my next question is, your wife is also a member of the House of Representatives.
That is correct po.
And she is Representative Maria.
Your Honor, with all due respect.
This is cross, Your Honor. Maybe given leeway, Your Honor.
Allow the counsel to finish the question and then you may make your objection afterwards. Finish your question, counsel, for the respondent.
She is Representative Maria Rene Ann Lourdes G. Matibag.
Before the witness answers, what is the objection of the lead prosecutor?
The questions, Your Honor, of the defense with regards to the wife of the witness is totally irrelevant.
Your Honor.
And that should not be allowed.
Your Honor, these are credibility testing questions, Your Honor, which is always relevant.
The objection is overruled. It tests the freedom from bias, if any, of the witness regarding his testimony, and the chair will allow it. Witness may answer.
Your Honor, may I just enter a continuing objection on the line of questions pertaining to the wife of the witness, Your Honor.
So noted. Witness may answer.
Opo.
All right. Now, let me direct your attention to House Resolution number 989. This is also part of the records of this case, entitled Setting Forth the Articles of Impeachment Against Vice President Sara Z. Duterte. Permission to use a pointer, Your Honor. Now, it appears that from this document...
Counsel may do so.
...that your wife is one of the endorsers of this House resolution. Can you confirm that?
Yes, the name is her.
It's there. Okay. Now, there's a signature page also. This document is not numbered, but it appears that it's around page 19. Can you confirm if this is your wife's signature?
I think I have no authority to confirm the signature even if she is my wife.
So you can confirm the signature of your NBI agent but not your wife?
It's appeared to be her signature, but I have not confronted with the document so that I can compare it.
At any rate, Your Honor, may we allow?
With the NBI, it's different. I testified earlier that it was presented to me, and I asked him if he signed it, and I'm familiar to his signature because he's always making submission to my office.
All right. That's okay. At any rate, Your Honor, may we request, Your Honor, that we be allowed to submark this particular portion. Again, this is already part of the records.
May we request, Your Honor, that the witness be confronted first with the document, and may we request as well that the assisting counsel for the prosecution be allowed to approach.
We will do that.
Counsel for the respondent may please confront the witness with a document in the presence of assisting counsel for the prosecutor before counsel for respondent requests it to be marked. Witness will kindly look at the document and answer their question.
May I first manifest, Your Honor, that the photocopy, the document being presented to the witness is a photocopy.
Your Honor, if at all we can agree that the court's copy be submarked, Your Honor. And we request, Your Honor, that the first page that we showed and this signature page around page 16 be submarked, even at later, Your Honor, before the 30th.
It shall be done at a later time. In the meantime, by the oath of respective counsels, I believe we can rely on this copy, subject to confirmation in the marking of the actual copy that the court has.
And
you're referring to the impeachment resolution on impeachment, right?
Yes, Your Honor. But Your Honor, insofar as the identification of this witness, we are relying actually on the transmittal by the Committee on Justice, which was received by our office on May 11, 2026, Your Honor.
Not by my office, but by the Secretary General of the Senate. Kindly confront the witness with the document so that he may answer intelligently.
If you know only, Director Matibag.
Your Honor, respectfully, if I may say something. if the court
Yes,
will allow me.
Director Matibag.
In order to save time and the questioning of the defense counsel, I think he's going to the position if my wife endorses the article of impeachment so that we save time and it's on record. It's a matter of public notice. Yes, my wife is one of the endorsers of the impeachment.
Duly noted. Counsel, move on.
All right, thank you for that admission, Director Matibag. And despite that spousal relationship that you admitted, you decided to appear and testify today, correct?
My decision to be a witness is by virtue of a subpoena issued by the Honorable Court and by invitation of the Committee on Justice, the prosecution. However, the job of my wife as a legislator is totally detached from me being the director of the National Bureau of Investigation.
Okay, my next question is, but the court did not issue a subpoena for you to appear today.
Actually,
are you saying that you receive a subpoena despite this honorable court not issuing a subpoena for you?
Even if there's no subpoena in the pre-trial order, I was mentioned to be a witness, and I was invited by the prosecution to be a witness. And from my understanding, in the pre-trial order, I was also listed by the defense. I will be gladly witness for the defense as well if I will be called upon.
All right, but which is which? Are you appearing today by virtue of a subpoena or without a subpoena?
I'm appearing today as a witness, as called upon and announced by the Honorable Court and by the invitation also of the prosecution.
No, that's not my question, Director Matibag. You're a lawyer, you know this. Are you appearing today by virtue of a subpoena or no subpoena?
There's no written subpoena, but there is a verbal announcement from the Honorable Court that I will be a witness in today's hearing.
Your Honor, the question of the defense is misleading. It is apparent that last week a subpoena was issued to the witness, Your Honor, and it is because of the other matters that was heard and addressed by the impeachment court. The schedule of the witness was scheduled to today.
Your Honor,
the objection is overruled. First, asked and answered, and for the record and information of the senator judges, the presiding officer confirms that no subpoena was issued to Director Matibag. In fact, I asked if one was needed, and the response I got was that it was not necessary. But indeed, the chair also confirms that the name of Director Matibag was requested to be invited by the counsel by the prosecutors, and he was so named by the presiding officer to attend in, I believe, yesterday, supposedly, and today's trial dates. Move on, counsel.
Just one last question on this point. So considering that there's no subpoena, I'm just wondering how it works. Did you coordinate with any of the prosecutors in relation to your appearance in today's proceedings?
Well, we conducted some meetings on this matter.
You mean prior to your appearance to this honorable court, you met with members of the prosecution?
Yes, twice, when I was informed that I will be a witness on the pre-trial order.
All right. Did you meet with the private prosecutors or the public prosecutors?
With the chairman of the committee, with the Congresswoman Jerry Miller.
And you are confirming in open court that you discussed or you were briefed in that meeting based in your testimony? What was the what? Okay, you can explain.
Well, I'm a lawyer and I know where you're going. There was no discussion or coaching. We just discussed matters that's supposed to be covered by my testimony. Because I'm a director, I will be testifying. Of course, they will want to know what will be the nature of my testimony. In the same way that when you want to present me as your witness, I will be more than willing to sit down with the defense counsel.
Your Honor, I take exception to that. I don't think Director Matibag knows where I'm going. In fact, I'm moving on to a new point. At any rate, Your Honor, I don't think we are calling him as a witness. So these are facts that only he assumes. No, but we want to state that for the record, Your Honor.
Witness will not argue with the counsel.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Kindly move on,
Yes,
counsel, for the respondent.
All right. Let's just move on, Director Matibag. The NBI is under the DOJ, correct?
That is correct.
Right. And the DOJ is under the Office of the President, correct?
That is correct.
Now, BBM, in short, BBM has control and supervision over both NBI and the... Your Honor, sorry, I am hearing comments from the prosecution. I don't mean any disrespect to the President. It's just for purposes of abbreviation, I'm just calling him BBM. But at any rate, I'll move on to my question. So BBM has control and supervision over both the NBI and the DOJ, correct?
That is not exactly correct. Only on the matter of appointments, but we enjoyed independence in the matter of investigation.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Do you confirm that you're an appointee of BBM?
Well, it's only the president who can make an appointment. I think it is provided for in the law.
What's the answer?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And so my question to you is this. Did BBM participate in the NBI's investigation in any way?
No.
No. All right. So don't you consider your appointment as NBI director as participation on the part of BBM?
No.
No. Okay. All right. You mentioned a while ago that after the affidavit of investigation, it was submitted to the DOJ for evaluation, correct?
For their evaluation and finding if there's enough reason to file a case before the regional trial court or the proper courts.
All right. And during your direct testimony, you also mentioned that as we speak, it is still pending, correct?
That is correct.
All right. Now, in other words, in terms of formal charge to be filed in court, that is still not available at this time, correct?
It's in the jurisdiction of the National Prosecution Service, which is under the Department of Justice.
But insofar as the case that the NBI filed with the DOJ, is it not the case that that charge does not include contracting for the assassination?
That is correct. What was filed was grave threat and inciting to sedition.
So in other words, at this point, VP Sara is not being made to answer for contracting for assassination, correct?
That is exactly what that my testimony covered. That she is being investigated for contracting a person to kill the president. And that is a continuing threat not only to the life of the president, but to the national security of our country.
Not responsive, Your Honor. My question is if she's already being made to answer to that particular charge.
Made to answer, counsel, meaning has she been subpoenaed?
I'll be more specific. Has she been subpoenaed in terms of contracting for assassination?
Well, in this impeachment court, she's being on trial. And that is very well covered by the articles. To me, as a lawyer, not only as an NBI director and as a former dean, that is a betrayal of public trust to me. Because she made an oath of office that she will protect, defend the Constitution, execute laws, do justice to others.
Director Matibag, let the court intervene at this juncture. That is not responsive to the question of counsel. Kindly just answer the question. Has the NBI issued a subpoena against the Vice President with respect to the crime of contracting a killer, allegedly,
At this point, Your Honor, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Please proceed, counsel.
That's enough. So no subpoena as of now. But in other words, has there been any affidavit of investigation relating to contracting for assassination?
My understanding is there was a subpoena issued at that time during the investigation to the Vice President, and the lawyer submitted an affidavit.
No. Again, not responsive, Your Honor. I'm talking about an affidavit of investigation executed by the NBI.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. So at this point, would you agree with me that the DOJ has not found any basis for contracting for assassination?
Wala pa po, sabi yun.
All right. So at this point, as of today, there's simply no evidence to warrant the filing of a formal charge for contracting for assassination, correct?
That's why kung babalikan po natin yung aking testimonya, this is a continuing and an open investigation as to the contracting a killer.
So in other words, the reason why these are not present at this time, because your investigation is still ongoing.
It's a case build-up and an open, active investigation.
All right. Very well. Now, you mentioned about grave threats and inciting to sedition. My question to you is, these subject matters fall under the category of felonies, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. Now, in fact, based on the penalties involved as provided by law, these fall under the jurisdiction of the first-level trial courts, correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, moreover, for one to be declared guilty of these felonies, the burden of proof is guilt beyond reasonable doubt, correct?
That is correct.
Now, guilt beyond reasonable doubt, is this a low threshold or a high threshold?
Beyond reasonable doubt, of course, it's a high threshold.
In fact, it is the highest threshold in criminal law, correct? So in other words, para lang for the benefit of the Filipino people watching, so hindi ka pwedeng magsampa ng kaso nang hindi mo kayang patunayan, correct?
Tama po yun, dahil meron po